We got in the chat. Chubby Chick. Welcome, Chubby Chick. We're going to work on making a template for curved braces. Oops, dropped myself. I'll take another little piece of this off right here. Right here. Ruiz, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? You're welcome, Ruiz. You're welcome. You make this happen, man. You know, no offense to Mike, but I wouldn't have booted you off my live. I mean, love Mike. That's why I'm a member. So, yeah, definitely. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everyone. Welcome to Dad's. Welcome back to Dad's Workshop. We are going to cut some. We're going to try to pin this thing in place using screws. I'm going to put screws behind it and screws in front of it. Julian, you know how to zoom in? You know how to zoom in, buddy? I'm going to take this piece of like furring strip and I'm going to put it on this board. Like this, right? Probably a little more slight like that. And this is going to be the form that I use for these. If you want to turn the camera and show them these braces right here. Those are going to get cut into this curve, and I'm going to use it as the form for that. Welcome to Dad's Workshop, ladies. Oh, Ruiz, you do need your attendance updated. Where's my tennis board? Is it way back behind all that stuff? Oh, here it goes. Yeah, Diego's not commonly the first person in, but he is today. Boom. It's a big number 6 for Diego. So welcome, everybody. Appreciate you being here. This right here needs to come. I think I need to bring this back a couple. Yeah, like I want to bring it back about where my finger is here. So I'm going to take a quick switcheroo between this. And this, because I'm going to actually cut this down again. Welcome to Dad's Workshop, folks, where we build awesome furniture out of available materials. And it doesn't matter that much that this is straight, so I'm not going to try to use a straight edge here. I don't have it very well secured in here, though, I'm going to be honest with you. It's that fake wood stuff anyway. It's not really real wood. It's like fiber, particle board. All right, now that we got that, I'm going to take this thing and put it on here. what I got going on in that chat right now. Shout out Ruiz. Shout out Shove a Chick. And anyone else who wants a shout out, drop your name in the chat so we can shout you out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wanted to make some jersey boxes today, but instead of that, we're going to make a curved template for braces because I don't have enough stock for that jersey box. Just got back from vacation today. Shout out to everybody who's out on vacation in this heat. Everybody needs a vacation. I want the peak to be about right in here. If I can curve it to that spot, like this. That's what I want. Just a slight curve. Maybe a little too much there. Yeah, I want it even more slight. I'll probably put it under like that. We'll see if this works. This is an idea. I'm going to try to pin this thing in place with screws on either side of it and then trace it. If it goes up between those, that should be fine. Now, the trick here is to get these drill holes in the right spot. Shout out all my folks, Daniel, wherever you are in the world, you know. Uh, Chardonnay, she's been, hope Chardonnay is good. All those folks. All right, so here's the concept right here, basically. We're going to take screws and put them in here, not tight though, just a little bit. This may be too close. I might not be able to put this through that spot. I want it to be tight in there because it has to bend. Maybe y'all understand what I'm trying. Maybe somebody has a better idea how to do this. I've never really come up with a really awesome way to do this. There, so now that bends. So now I got that pinned in the middle. We got a thunderstorm coming, a big one. You can hear it outside. Hopefully we still get reception here. Seems fine right now. Robert G, welcome. Robert G, friend of the program. We're gonna build a brace. I'm building a template for curving my braces. My braces are all too many straight angles on this bed. So yeah, that's why Robert G said, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna turn this down so you can kind of see here. This is just I'm gonna use this 1x4 here to make a curved template that I can use for all my braces from now on. Basically, I'm gonna cut this 1x4 in the bandsaw and get it curved. Not my last curves on my last braces I wasn't super happy with. So I'm going to try to pin this in with these screws. Maybe you have a better idea. Maybe somebody online knows a better way to do this, but this is what I came up with in my brain. And then it needs to be pinned down basically to these sides. So I just go to the corners. I'm going to go towards these corners and put 2 spots, and it doesn't matter that much where it is here. It's kind of down in this area. Is that curve is going to kind of right itself. That may be tricky when you get close to the edge. Don't drill me. because I'm close to the edge. That's a woodworking rule. I'm trying not to bust through the wood. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Y'all like that? 60 more viewers just for that. You didn't even hear that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My son's working the camera tonight. Shout out to my son. This is a little tricky because I might not be able to put both these screws in here. But I don't need it to really hold that long, just long enough for me to basically pencil this outline out. I had this idea of making a jersey box today. I don't have quite enough stock for that. Push that up right there, probably. Kind of like building a frame for a woodbender, to be honest, except for with tiny screws instead of actual clamps, which I will be building soon. We will be building a woodbender in here using one of those Rockler wood steamers. Y'all can kind of probably see that now. That's a nice gradual curve we got going. Right? Does that look good? Pretty good? Maybe I could probably push it up a little bit here, but it's about right, man. You know, that's what I want. So a little bit more on this edge than that one. Maybe we I could probably angle this screw to push that side up a little. Yeah. Real slight, because I don't want to take strength out of those braces. Oh, I'm getting a phone call right now. No, not taking that. That's the outer line. I might cut inside that line. But with the bandsaw, I got to make lateral cuts across the whole thing. What was that? Lightning, thunder? We got thunder over here. Let's see, check the temperature. Temperature check, 93 degrees with 64% humidity. And that's with an AC 5000 BTU AC, a fan next to it, a 720 CFM fan, a dehumidifier, and another box fan running, all at the same time. Still 93 degrees, 64% humidity. All right. What? Yeah, it makes the little coils get cold on them. My son's asking me about the dehumidifier. They are cool things. I think that's good. I can take these. I'm kind of like proud of this. When I bend wood, it's going to be like this kind of essentially too. But we'll pull these out now because we don't need them in here. I might bring my bandsaw onto this counter here and cut with my bandsaw actually in front of me, you know. It's kind of heavy. All right, so we got our form here. we're gonna cut everything out of this form. We're gonna put this through a bandsaw, and I'm not gonna cut the curves. Like Robert G said, you want a smooth edge on this, so maybe taking the router around it is a good idea, if that's what he's saying. My router bit may be a bit dull for that. I'm a little concerned about that. But we got a nice flush curve here from side to side. That's one of the most important things that we can do. And then the next thing is, let me get a sip of some fluids, keep myself hydrated, and we'll move on to. I'm gonna put the bandsaw out here and actually cut. What? It's all right, buddy. Brand new cameraman here. Appreciate everybody being here at Dad's Workshop. Welcome. Oh, we got these slabs too. Wanted to show y'all these cherry slabs I got. A couple of, this one's a little rough on this side. We're gonna take the router over these guys too. A couple of pretty decent size. This was one 12.5 foot cherry slab. It's about 2 inches thick. It's a pretty nice slab. I'm not big on live edge slabs, but I passed a bunch of live edge slab spots, and I saw one slab that caught my eye, and that was this cherry slab here. So I wanted to get that. I'm gonna have you focus the camera on those for a second while I move my bandsaw, okay? This is the other cherry slab right here. You can't see the burl side on it right now, but y'all see it's got like a burl. They should actually cut that out, like cross cut that out, to be honest. Yeah, so that's my new slabs I got. I'm psyched. That's show and tell right there. Do a little bit of show and tell. All right, if you would give me 1 minute, and my son will focus the camera on those slabs in the bed. I'm gonna take a drink break, and I will be right back with my bandsaw set up to cut on this fin. Focus on that for a minute. Keep it over there. Keep it over there. Look at all that dust. Oh, we gotta put that out with the shot at the end of the stream. Yeah. Maybe if you need to put a mask on, this stuff is really hard on you if you breathe, like you have breathing problems. Really, really hard on you. We gotta throw the shot back in there. Yeah, we got no dust removal here, so oh no. Look at that. All right, you can move it on back. The shot back plugged in. Think you can get up here? We're about to take this piece of wood right here that I cut into form. We're gonna make several cuts. I'm gonna cut down to that line numerous times, right? Like a whole bunch of straight cuts. In fact, it's kind of tricky because my bandsaw has a width issue here, so I might have to flip it. It's gonna be tricky. I don't have that curve right now on both sides. Some of those I'll do by hand. Oh, Brian, welcome. Brian, welcome from down south. Anyone else on this, man? Looks like a lot of people in here. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You know, if you like woodwork and you like little hacks and stuff, tune in to me and all the other people in my network of crafts people where we always are trying to find solutions to these things and always looking for money, like budget friendly solutions to things too. Not everybody has all the money in the world, right? So, all right, let's make some cuts in here. And I'm going to show y'all proper safety by keeping my hands away from the business end of this thing. Now, I probably should be wearing safety glasses first because that's the right thing to do. I'm not going to come off here. Oh, that's awesome, man. Pop that mask on so you breathe this over. You want to make enough cuts that you're chiseling away and it comes away really nice. I got the rest of these cuts. I think I'm going to have to make it my hand saw. Unless I can flip it over and use the curve on the other side. I don't think I can do that. My legs are a little bit less. Take the fingers off. Talking about something. And take the hand straight off and start. I move the dance side of the way. Not all, I mean, Y'all see what we got here? I got a lot of lines, but I can't do the rest of the dance saw. I'm not going to try to replicate this curve on the other side. What I'm going to do is take my hand saw and put it down to these spots. Robert Miller, welcome. Is it Miller or Mueller? Miller. Is it Robert Miller that I know? I know a Robert Miller. Of course you don't have to pay to say hi. Robert Miller, I'm making a curved template for my braces on my bunk beds. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm sorry that you feel ignored. I want you to absolutely feel like you belong. And then I answer your questions. Is that the guy we're talking about? Okay. All right. Good. Bob, welcome. Welcome, Bob. All right. You guys are only going to see this side, but when I'm doing the setting these lines down, this got to be a curve. Hey, show them this. Show them the brace real quick. Cameraman. He's gonna come over here. He can move the camera here so you brace. This is curved template for these braces right here. You can kind of see the edge of one right now. tough. It is. I don't blame my camera guy. It's kind of tough to get in there. But that brace that you see right there, they don't try to force. There you go. That's it. That thick brace that you see, board by board. This is going to be the template that I use to cut that curve in. All right, just to give everybody a condition on what's going on. You know, you got to understand what's not instructive kind of certification there. Without making it too good. And Mike, welcome. Sorry, Mike. Mike is making stuff. Said, my name is Jeff. Strange. I'm good, Mike. I'm doing well. I popped in on your live the other day. Saw you. So it's all right. It's okay. I'm still getting. It's all right. I'm still getting viewers, so it's no big deal. Sorry about that, folks. Bob, welcome. Sound problem solved. Bob, Mike, Robert. The other Robert G was in here too. So Bob Miller and Robert G. Mike Pelado. Well, no, you weren't the only one that can hear, but now hopefully everybody can hear. I want to make sure that line's on my side here. Line is on my side. Yes, it is. Line is on my side. Oh, yes, it is. Shout out Wes. He's the one who told me to sing. No, he didn't tell me. He just did it on his live, and I was like, wow, that really, I like that. Oh, nice zoom. Sweet zoom. Yeah, Robert G is always good at giving like practical advice to. I cut myself. I don't usually do that. One more cut between that. Julian, you need to go in and hydrate, buddy? You can do that if you need to, dude. I don't need these for this. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. Back from hiatus, back from vacation, back to work. Got some slabs. Showed the folks before. Yassine, Ahmad Van, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad to have everybody here at Dad's Workshop. All new folks, all my regulars, and all my fans. And all the people I'm fans of, you know, on here, like some of y'all, I'm fans of y'all, and you don't even have YouTube channels. You know? Now, I know y'all can't see it, but the line is over here. It's a curved line. And I want to make sure I'm going down to it, so I have to, like Robert said, route less, you know, because I want to take my router around it. It's almost better for a router table, if you have a router table, which I don't have. I know Pelado has a pretty sweet router table. Check out Pelado's videos. He'll show you one of those. Okay, Yassine Ahmed Van. See you later, buddy. guys, if they're not, and if it's real bad, I mean, I don't mind you blocking them, but you know, that's a good idea. My router will not work for a router table. It has a plunge, like two arms on the plunge side of it that prohibit you from basically making it into a router table because it's a plunge router and it's got handles, like plastic handles. So you need a more plain router, like what you saw in Mike's video that he built the plunge router with. Like that's the kind of router you need for a routing table. And it's actually, I think, a little cheaper than this. So it's not, it is possible, but I do have to go drop some money on a new router to do that. Good idea though, there, Pelado. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no, if the trolls are trolling, let them troll, dude. See, because it really honestly doesn't do much. I got to learn how to get used to that, anyways, man. Anybody who does anything here, let them troll a little. Got a little lazy and started cutting about every centimeter and a half here. All right. I mean, definitely the more cuts, the better. But you see, we got this curved shape right here, the curved shape. Looks like I didn't get down. No, I did get down there. Now we're just gonna basically chisel these out here. I could take a jigsaw to it also, though, for sure. And I'm a little worried about that going haywire, though. Maybe a jigsaw. We'll take a jigsaw to it. Ooh, a used Bosch 161 1617 EVS. Everything Bosch is expensive, so you must have got a good deal on that used one. Hope I didn't just remove somebody. My fingers are sweaty. Apologize for that. Line is on outside. Yes, it is. I need a little smaller bit than that, I think. I don't have a smaller Forstner than that. I swore I did, dude. Like I lost a Forstner bit. Oh, there it is. Got to get in there with the old jigsaw, so got to give yourself a gap to get in there with. Mm-hmm. Love this jigsaw. My son just said I made a lot of stuff out of this jigsaw. He's right. Love this jigsaw, man. I think it has kind of an old blade in it, so I'm stuck with what blade I got. I got to make that work. I don't know if I have another set of blades over there. I thought I picked them up at like a flea market or something, but maybe not. Yes. Who do we got saying hi? Billy, welcome, Billy. Friend of the program, Billy. Drill master. Yeah, man, I know you know how to. Mike's all about budget friendly. Can you plug that in for me, son? This thing will get pinched if you get too close to the vise, as you all may know, having done this a million times like all the experts on here have. I know you all are so knowledgeable that you would know that when I get close to this vise, it's gonna pinch. So we're gonna give it a shot anyway. I might even start down here on the end. I'm not that worried. I got some reading glasses. I might put those on so I can see clearly and don't make a mistake in this cut. It's so hot. You got to think of things incrementally out here. What's our temperature? What's our thermometer at? Temperature check in the workshop with the. He hit the mute button. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are unmuted now. I think it's gonna make quite a nice curve. Felt like we're not good. These last I might have to do like either in the bandsaw or by hand. So Calvin does have power tools. Correct. I do have power tools, and I don't mind using them, especially when it's 94 degrees in the shop, man. It's just, turning wrenches and pulling saws and all that stuff, man. Come on now. That kind of temperature. All right, now we're down to just a few. We'll just sizzle those out. I see this little bit now. That's all we got left. Yeah, man. I mean, I really love my power tools, to be honest with you. No question about it. Uh, Sorry about that momentary glitch we had there. I don't know if I can actually put this in this vise like this. Maybe like this. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Oh, don't worry about that. Sorry, buddy. It's okay, man. It's hot out here. I don't blame the boy. Yeah, man. Cameraman, he's doing a great job. I'm not worried about him. It's good. We have worse times when he actually picked up on it really quick, like everything he's supposed to do. I think I'm done with the jigsaw, so I'll put that aside to get the clutter out of the way. I'm just gonna get rid of this last little bit of wood I got on here. All right. Oh my. Can you, Julian? Grab my my little thermometer down there. I think that fell down. Yeah, on the floor it's 92 degrees. Alrighty, let's get a nice chisel here and work this bit because I don't think I can put this through the bandsaw, right? Let me see. Oh, look at that come off. It's just like popped right off. Oh, if it comes off that easy, then we'll get it off real easy here. I'm gonna use the bottom side of this chisel here. The problem in my predicament, man, if I rely on power tools, I will be always searching for the next power tool. Like I won't be able to ever build anything because we know table saws go up to 30, 40 grand. Sometimes people need this and they need a fence and they need a joint planer and they need all these things. And then once you need all that and you rely on that, it's like the Buddhists say, man, you put things in your box, you know, and you need them. If you can do it with a handful of tools, you know, uh, it's better for you. Like if I can rely on, you know, what they say, 1,000 ways to skin a cat or something, you know. I mean, I don't like that roughness right there because I had a screw hole right here too. I can tell. But if I take this and lay out a line on it, it's gonna give me a decent curve. I'm gonna take my file and just kind of go around this thing just to soften it up real quick. Might be a job for like a draw knife or a spoke shave or something, man. Like I said, multiple tools to do the same job, right? I might not even need to go over this thing with a. Now every brace I make can basically be clamped up to this, and this curve can be laid out in the brace. I made this out of yellow pine 1x4 scrap that I had laying around. Yeah, my bandsaw is gonna snap if I cut curves like that, though, man. I did use the bandsaw. You might have come in after that, but I cut straight with it because I'm really careful about that. I don't want to snap my blades. Cutting curves with a bandsaw really tricky, man. You know, if you had a scroll saw that can handle this, maybe in my semi non-professional opinion, I'd say a bandsaw to cut this curve is really a poor choice. I think scroll saw, or if you have a decent jigsaw, and then you could probably do this with a I don't know, a router table probably, man. You like your router table, Pelado would do this job. Uh, the way that it pierces right there, you got like a lot of depth that you can handle on that. Yeah. I mean, I use the bandsaw, but cut straight with it rather than cutting curves. I've learned my lesson too many times trying to do that with a bandsaw, and I've seen it online. Guys made it. Man, I don't think it's built for that, dude. Like, especially a cheap one like this, it's not really built for cutting those curves. Snap that blade really quickly. You just hear it making noise. It screams at you, like we were talking about on Mike's Live the other night. The saw starts complaining. I'm gonna wrap it up here soon, guys. This is actually not bad. I want to show you my slabs though one more time. So here's our final curve piece that we're going to use as a template. Maybe, I mean, that's not bad. Like, it's pretty even here across. And what we did, just to review, is we took a piece of basically furring strip, and I don't know if this was the piece or not. I think it was a different piece. And we attached it to this with screws and caused it to bend, like formed a bend in it. I couldn't think of any other way. Probably if you had a thicker piece of plastic, you could do it as well, to get these curves, you know. Otherwise, you need some more advanced tools to lay this out. If anybody else knows how to lay curves out, that's cool too. But curves can be really tricky to get consistent. You can get a curve, a fat curve is easy because you go find something rounded. But to get an ellipsis, right, you have to actually work with, it's almost like wood bending. You got to like set up dogs is what I did. I used screws as dogs is what I did. Thinner blade. Yeah, that's a thick blade. I got a couple blades over here. Probably a blade more like this that you see up under the trimmer. You know, like you see hanging on the wall. Probably a blade more like that. All right, let me show you my slabs before I roll out. Mike Standifer, welcome. Oh, he said hey to plywood. Robert G is in the house and Billy. Shout out to all of the folks that are in here and all my members who are here, if there is any. You know, I always encourage being a member, if you could, if you can afford it. But I don't pressure anyone. If I get your subscription and you can tap that, if you can double tap that screen, I know there's some people in here who I'm very close with who have not double tapped that screen yet because I have a very small number of likes. So if y'all could double tap that screen for me and like this video, I would certainly appreciate it. If you forgot to do so thus far, you know, you guys know I do that on y'all's. I wouldn't hold back doing that. All right, let me show you the slabs I got. I'll move this curve. Put this aside. This curve is going to be my template for my braces, and I'll show you that when we do that tomorrow, or come back on Monday. I guess I can cut those curves. Monday, Friday is my schedule, I think now. So I don't mind going on more days than that. Yeah, so I got these cherry slabs, and the mic wasn't in the place. You know, I talk about, I don't have a lot of good things to say about live edge slabs, but I found these. I had a whole bunch of roadside slab stands, right? So I don't know. I found this 12.5-foot tall cherry slab. Don't usually see a lot of these in my area. It even had a burl in it. Right here. Check that burl out, right? See that? And the figure in that. So I had to grab this one, man. I want to do something with that bad boy right there. And then the other side of it, I couldn't put the whole 12-foot. I got a Ford Ranger, as y'all know. I wasn't going to try to stick the 12-foot slab out, so I did have the dude cut it. And this is the bottom half of that slab right here. You see, it's about 2 inches thick. Wanted to show y'all that. So it looks a little smaller than it is on screen, man. It's a pretty sizable slab. Cherry. I'm ready to work something out of this, but first I got to finish my bed and I got to build my wood bender. And I think this actually needs a little. It's supposed to be dry, but I'm feeling like it's awful heavy, man. Makes me think it's still got some water content. Yeah, so psyched about this cherry slab. Great color, right? A little bit of sapwood here, you know. What I want to do is rip it up the side, not up the burl side. Rip it up the other side, and then join it with that other piece to double width. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. And like I said, that burl on it, I'm psyched about that. On this side, they cut off the burl, which was so stupid. People do stupid stuff with wood all the time. People don't know sometimes when they're sitting on a piece of wood that it's actually a lot of money that they're sitting on. Man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate you being here. Hey, Julian, move over toward the camera to get ready to cut it off. But wait till I say this. Glad everybody came tonight. We got this. If you're interested in doing woodwork, cutting curves and all that stuff, listen to the people in the chat. They know what they're talking about, man. Take their ideas just like you take mine. Well, of course, with a grain of salt. But yeah. I mean, Mike said you probably missed this in the chat earlier, but I wanted to let you know that I looked back and found that I just paid $40 for that used Bosch 1617 EVS. So good deals are available. If you look, they are. I always recommend pawn shops for those kind of things. Pawn shops are great to buy from, not to sell to. So appreciate everyone. Starting with Robert G. And then Ruiz, who was the first kid in class today. Mike is making stuff. Helado, Heather, my right hand. Who else we had coming here today? Also, new person, Bob Miller. Shout out Bob. Plywood. Shout out Plywood. And Billy Shoemate. I think I got everybody. Mike Stanifer. Welcome. And welcome to Bob Miller, new friend. All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you later. And this is Dad's Workshop. And y'all take care. Be good. Hug somebody. Do the next right thing. Love you all. Good night.